Hi, it's Jane Mason here from Virtuous Bread. How are you today? In this video, which is part of a little short series of videos on how to do the basics of Mexican cooking, which accompany my book, Mexico, the World Vegetarian, I would like to show you how to peel and clean a fresh chili that you've already roasted. So roasting a chili, there are a couple ways of doing that, and some of the other videos deal with that, either roasting one straight in the flame of a gas hob or doing them in a comal or a dry frying pan. There are a couple of other videos about that. So now what I want to do is show you what to do with the chili once you've done that. So if you remember, you roast the chili either in a dry frying pan or a comal or directly in the flame of your cooker, and then it needs to sweat. So you either put it in a bowl with a plate on it, or put it in a saucepan with the lid on it, or put it in a plastic bag and wrap it up in a tea towel, whatever you need to do to make it sweat. And you make it sweat for two reasons. One is you want to start to cook it, and the other one is that you want the skins to be able to come off really easily. So you've blackened it and they've blistered, and now you need to get rid of the skins and get rid of the inside. Now, if you're making something like a soup, or you're cutting the chili up into strips or rajas to use in a particular recipe, it's pretty easy. You skin it, you take the top off and you clean it out, and you don't really worry about keeping the chili intact. But if you're going to stuff it, and there are a number of recipes in the book for stuffed poblano or stuffed jalapeno or cuaresmeño, then you need to be a little bit more careful with it. And there is a knack to doing that. And the first couple times you do it, you may find it really tough, or you might not, right? You know, it took me a while to really get good at skinning chilies and keeping them intact, because there's a knack to it, but you'll get there. Anyway, now I'm gonna turn the camera down and show you. I popped my chilies in a little plastic bag. Let me move it over here. And I put them in a tea towel. So now I'm gonna pull them out of the plastic bag. Okay, and I'm gonna need two implements. I'm gonna need a spoon. Let me just get a spoon, hang on. Getting a spoon. A spoon is really good for this, as is just the back of a knife. You don't want the sharp side of a knife, because you don't want to cut into the flesh of the chili necessarily, but you do want to get all that blackened skin. Do you see that? Right, so there's the chili with its blackened skin. You want to get all of that off, and a spoon's really great. So I'm going to put some light on over here so I can see what I'm doing. And as I do this, I'm sure you see, the skin, it just comes off really, really easily. Here it is in the spoon, okay? So you can do both directions. Just lightly run the spoon over the chili, and if you have, blackened that skin nicely whilst you were sticking it in the flame or doing it in the dry frying pan, the skin just peels off. Where it's a bit stubborn, you can get in there with your fingers and peel it off. And I'll tell you something, if you're just a little bit OCD, you're going to love this, seriously, because it can be quite fiddly, and you can get a little bit obsessive about getting all the skin off. I am not too OCD, to be honest with you, so I'm a bit rough and ready with my chili skinning. So that's gonna do for me. I have another one to do, but I'm not gonna bore you, right? So just literally use that spoon, and if you find there's a patch that's a little bit stubborn, get in there with your hands and just peel it off. Okay, now, once it's all off, as I say, if you're making a soup or you are cutting it into strips for some recipe, then really don't worry about how you handled it from now. Cut the head off, scoop the seeds out, and you're done. However, if you are going to stuff this chili, you want it to stay intact, but you need to clean it out. So a good way to do that is to take scissors and cut up the side, because you need it to stay whole, okay? Then I'm gonna open up this for you, and you see on the inside there, okay, that's the ball of seeds. and then you've got the veins running down the sides. Now you want to get rid of all of that. The heat is in the veins and the seeds and the collar right around the top, but we're going to leave that there because we need that to keep the chili intact if we're going to stuff it. Again, if you're not going to stuff it, cut the head off, get rid of everything, and don't worry about keeping it intact. But with this one, you need to do a bit of surgery here. So you can either continue to use your scissors, okay, and you want to try, remember not to cut through the outside, but you want to get rid of this because that's where the heat is. Okay, I'm going to do that on both sides. There's one. I cut up one vein, so it's just this side here. There's another one. Okay, don't cut through the side of the chili. And then, again, scissors quite handy for getting rid of that top. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my hands to clean this out. Okay, so that's pretty clean. There are a few seeds in there, and they're not going to hurt you, but they can be quite spicy. So what you can do at this point is just run the chili, under gently running water, just a little trickle of water to clean them out. And there you have a nice, clean poblano chili for stuffing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do watch the other ones and have a great day. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.